Nicole and welcome to another video. January has come to an end and I wanted to share all of my favorites with you from this past month. All kinds of things, so let's get started. Let's get it started with my favorite book from this past month. It is Holly Jackson's Five Survive. I could not put this book down once I got started. The plot of the book is you are following this girl called Red, and her and 5 other friends are traveling in an RV to go celebrate spring break. But the twist to the story is that someone starts attacking the RV and they are threatened that they are all going to start being killed unless one of them reveals the secret that the killer wants to know. So it starts off with 6 teenagers and the title of the book is Five Survive, so you can put it together. You're reading until the end to figure out which of the 5 survive and what is the big secret they reveal. This book was just a really exciting thriller for me. I really enjoyed it. I do have to say that I wasn't sure if the ending gave the big payoff. I hoped it would, but it was still a really exciting read from start to finish, and it was one of the books where I started reading it kind of in the middle of the week, but once I got to the weekend I just had to sit down and finish it because I just needed to know what happened. So if you're looking for a thrilling read, I highly recommend it. A skincare favorite from this month is this aloe vera sunscreen by COSRX. My skin is very picky when it comes to sunscreen. I find most of them don't really work for me. Like, they cause my skin to have some kind of reaction. It's not an allergy, it's just like my skin doesn't like it. But with this one, I love it so much. It blends on so smoothly. It has a nice light fragrance and it doesn't cause my skin to react. It just feels like a really nice cream on top of everything else. And as one of my goals this year was to take care of my body, that includes sunscreen and SPFing it up. This sunscreen has made it way easier for me to do that. My favorite show from this past month, I technically didn't watch all throughout January. I actually finished it January 1st, just after midnight. We were watching it New Year's Eve and then ended up finishing it New Year's Day, and that is the 2nd season of Alice in Borderland. If you know me, when I discovered the 1st season of the Netflix show when it first came out, I just could not stop talking about it. It was just on my thoughts non-stop, and I even had to go and read the manga to figure out just what happens in the series. And I know it's kind of a weird show to be so enamored with, but there's something about, okay, well, I should say what the show is about first. Basically, this group of characters are all stuck in the Borderlands, which is a place where they have to play these games to basically survive and live to the next day. And it's a Japanese show. I'm so fascinated by like all the puzzles they include in the games and kind of how the characters figure it out. The whole theme of surviving, the message that sometimes it's like just living is just getting to another day and just getting through it, and sometimes that's all you need. I just really like how the show handles themes of choosing to live, the hope of living, and fighting for survival, and kind of what makes life living, even though it is kind of like a gruesome setting. I would say if you're very sensitive to violence and gore and other themes kind of in that vein, probably not the show for you, but if you can tolerate it, I highly suggest you check it out. I just really enjoyed it. That's all I have to say, and I just really wanted to give it a shout out because the 2nd season is the conclusion to the whole series. The 1st season covers like the first half of the manga, and then the 2nd season covers the second half. And I thought for a live action adaptation of it, they did a fantastic job, even though all the elements aren't the same as the manga. Still really good, and I do recommend it. I of course have to give a shout out to my favorite tea of the month, and that is Cupid's Breakfast by David's Tea. It is meant to be a February Valentine's Day tea, as you can tell by the name, but I ended up picking it up in January and just absolutely loving it. It's a black tea with roses and cream flavoring, which hits a lot of flavor profiles I enjoy. I love a good black tea, I love a floral tea, and I love a nice creamy tea, so this is the perfect combination, and I'm sure to be sipping it throughout February as well. Kind of a random favorite I have this month is this Red Pocket Lychee organizer that my friend Annabelle gave me. I am half Chinese, and because my husband and I got married a couple years ago, it's tradition in my family to hand out red envelopes or lychee, where we put some money in it and we give out a red envelope to every single child in our family or any single person who's not already married. And once you get married, that's something you have to do. This organizer that my friend gave me was just a lifesaver. I was not prepared this year. It just snuck up on me and I hadn't bought all the envelopes I needed to prepare for everyone. And when my friend gave me this organizer last year, it was already filled with envelopes. That was just such a lifesaver for me, and I love that I can organize everything and really feel like a Chinese auntie in that sense. My kind of jewelry favorite from this past month is actually this bracelet that my mom made for me. She bought these beads. They're actually a crystal. They're called Amazonite. She made this for me because, well, I love like the color teal, and this bracelet is just so beautiful with all the little colors. But if you go and look up the meaning of the crystal, it's supposed to like help relax you and help with anxiety and kind of like soothe your nervous system. And I thought it was really sweet and considerate of her to give that to me. So I've just been loving wearing this bracelet. And I also love how each little bead is like a very nice calm beach. There are some stones that kind of have like a bit of brown in them, or like it looks like ocean water. I just love it a lot, and I've really been enjoying wearing it. A food favorite I have from this past month is original plain salted corn nuts. A corn nut is just like a fried piece of corn, and I love the salted one. I don't know, this snack has just kept me going, especially through stressful periods at work. Sometimes I just want to crunch on something a little salty, and these corn nuts have really been hitting that urge. I know, very random, but honestly, it's the one snack I've been thinking about all month. It's like my fixation snack of the month. And speaking of fixations, often I get very attached to a song and I just end up listening to the song over and over and over again. I can't really explain why, other than my brain just craves listening to a song. And this month, because my husband and I have been playing Cyberpunk together, and we have just finished our first playthrough of the main storyline, and we've been thinking back to the anime. The song that's been stuck in my head is from the soundtrack. I think this is actually the anime version, but it's the song called I Really Want to Stay at Your House. I guess the lyrics like aren't the happiest, but just like the beat of the song and the way it is just like so uplifting, and my brain has just been loving listening to it, especially at work. It just like keeps me going. I could listen to it on repeat again and again, and that's what I've been doing. So that's my favorite song of the month. And of course, I have to mention the game I have been playing. The game I've really been enjoying playing in the evenings when I just need to relax and unwind, and that is Potion Permit. Definitely in this month of January when I needed to relax, it's been really nice to return to the game and just let my mind drift off to a fictional world. And basically you play as a chemist who arrives in the town of Moonberry, and you have to help make potions to help cure the citizens of the town from any ailments that come up to kind of earn their trust. So it's really a game where like you get to know everyone in the town, you get to build friendship, you get to go out foraging and fighting monsters to get ingredients for all the potions you need to make. It is a very simple game, and I've heard critiques online that it's too easy in a sense to play, like there's no challenge to it. But that's kind of what I really enjoy. I don't want a stressful game where I'm having to worry about leveling up and things like that. I like that I just wander around, have a routine, it's easy to get things done, it's nice to get to know all the characters, and it's just really relaxing. It's like a no stress kind of game, and I've been playing it on my Switch. I know the game is a little bit glitchy, but I'm willing to deal with that. That's it. It's just nice and easy to relax to, and I recommend it. And that pretty much covers it for all my favorites from this past month. Do you have a favorite something you'd like to share from January? If you do, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and hearing about the things that made me happy this past month. And if you did enjoy it, I would love it if you left me a like, and it would be greatly appreciated if you wanted to subscribe to get notified when I make new videos. And just a quick little side note about my channel, I'm going to be changing my upload days to Fridays instead of Wednesdays. I am still going to be uploading weekly, but I think I could use those extra few little days to squeeze in a little bit more editing. Thank you so much for watching and for spending some time with me, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye!